The grand arena of Korvax had never been so crowded. 200,000 spectators from across the Galactic Federation packed the stands, their excited chatter creating a deafening roar that echoed off the energy shields. They had come to witness history, the first human to compete in the Champions Challenge. In one corner stood Thrak the Undefeated, 8 feet of muscle and chitinous armor, with mandibles that could crush steel. He had held the championship for 7 cycles, defeating warriors from 40 different species. His 4 arms rippled with power as he raised them to the cheering crowd. In the opposite corner stood Maya Torres, 5'4", weighing maybe 55 kilograms, wearing a simple training suit. She looked impossibly small. The betting odds were 10,000 to 1 against her. Ringmaster Vexnor's voice boomed across the arena. "Citizens of the Federation! Today, we witness a human, a species from the newly discovered Deathworld designated Earth, challenge our greatest warrior." The crowd roared. "The rules are simple, non-lethal combat, victory by submission or incapacitation. Let the challenge begin." Thrak charged immediately, his massive frame covering the distance in seconds. His fighting style was legendary, overwhelming force, crushing strength, and impenetrable defense. He had never needed more than 3 moves to defeat an opponent. Maya didn't move. She stood perfectly still, her posture relaxed, watching Thrak's approach with calm brown eyes. The crowd gasped. Was she frozen in fear? Had the human given up before even trying? Thrak swung his primary right arm in a devastating arc, a blow that had shattered reinforced barriers in previous matches. Maya moved. Not to block. Not to dodge. She stepped forward, inside his reach, moving with fluid precision that seemed almost casual. Her hand came up and tapped a specific point on Thrak's extended wrist, a nerve cluster that humans call the radial nerve equivalent. Thrak's arm went numb instantly. Before he could process what happened, Maya's other hand touched his secondary arm at the elbow, then pivoted her entire body weight, all 55 kilograms, using leverage and momentum rather than strength. She guided his massive frame into a rotation, using his own charging force against him. Thrak, the undefeated champion, the warrior who had never lost, found himself airborne. He crashed onto the arena floor with a thunderous impact that shook the stands. Maya had already moved, her knee pressed against his thorax at a precise angle, her hands positioned at 2 nerve points on his neck. "Yield," she said quietly. The entire arena had gone silent. Thrak tried to move, but his limbs wouldn't respond properly. The human had touched him 4 times, just touched him, and his entire nervous system was compromised. He had no defense against this. "I yield," he gasped. The silence lasted 3 full seconds. Then the arena exploded in chaos. Ringmaster Vexnor's voice was barely audible over the pandemonium. "Victory to the human. By submission. And by the founders in 7 seconds." Maya helped Thrak to his feet, her movements gentle and respectful. "You okay? The nerve disruption will wear off in about 30 seconds. Thrak stared at her, his mandibles clicking in confusion. "How? You barely touched me. Where is your strength? Your weapons?" "Judo," Maya said simply. "It's a martial art from Earth. Means gentle way. We don't use strength, we use physics, leverage, and knowledge of anatomy." She smiled. "I'm actually not that strong by human standards. I just know where to press." "But how did you know where to strike me?" "My species' neural structure. I studied," Maya interrupted. "Your people publish detailed anatomical charts as part of the Federation database. I spent 3 months memorizing the nerve clusters of every species in the tournament." A medical team arrived, scanning Thrak for injuries. They found none, not even bruising. The human had taken down the galaxy's greatest warrior without causing any actual harm. Federation combat analyst Mortek descended to the arena floor, his multiple eyes wide with fascination. Ambassador Torres, I must understand. Your species has formalized systems for defeating opponents without strength? We have hundreds of martial arts, Maya replied. Judo, Aikido, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Tai Chi, Systema, each with different philosophies. Most are designed so smaller, weaker people can defend themselves against larger, stronger opponents. Why would you need such systems? What threatened you? Maya's expression grew distant. Each other, mostly. Humans have been fighting humans for thousands of years. We got really, really good at it. She looked at Thrak. But we also learned something important. True strength isn't about how hard you can hit. It's about control, precision, and knowing when not to hit at all. Thrak's mandibles clicked in what his species used for laughter. I have been undefeated for 7 cycles because I was the strongest. Today, I learned I was never truly skilled. He bowed his massive head. Would you teach me? Maya grinned. Absolutely. But I should warn you. The first lesson in judo is learning how to fall properly. You're going to hit the mat a lot. I welcome it, Thrak said solemnly. I have much to learn from Deathworlders. As they walked off the arena floor together, the undefeated champion and the human who had defeated him in one move, the crowd's roar shifted from shock to thunderous approval. The Federation had just discovered that humans didn't survive their death world through strength alone. They survived through 10,000 years of learning exactly how to drop anything that threatened them. And they were willing to teach.